Hey, what's up guys, how's it going? So happy Monday to you, thanks for joining me again another week. Yes, I've had a haircut. So dapper, so dapper. Let's get right into this, shall we? Gaboosh. Alright, so what have I been playing? Well, I mentioned this game before, but I actually got this from Limited Run. Aquaketty DX. Comes with the soundtrack. I got the soundtrack version, and also has a little cool card that Limited Run always put in there, and has a list of all the games that they've released, and a nice sticker. Look at that. So definitely recommend it. It's on lots of different platforms: Xbox One, PS4, PC, Steam, Vita. Very cool. So I've been playing that. Good stuff. Well, actually, I haven't been playing this because it's still actually in the wrapper. But I have played it. I downloaded it. I just wanted to mention it because I got the physical. It's a neat game. Alright, what else? I have also been playing a neat little game called Do Re Mi Fantasy. But I think the Japanese name is Mylon no Doki Doki Daiboken. Probably pronouncing that completely wrong. But it's a really cute little game, a little platformer. Super Nintendo. I'm obviously emulating it to check it out. I don't think it ever was released in the US or any outside of Japan. So I actually downloaded a fan-translated version of it that's in English. And yeah, it's neat. It's really interesting. Anyway, so you check it out. It's pretty cool. And finally, what I've been playing is RoboCop, the arcade version of RoboCop, emulated on my GPD XD. Actually, I probably have it up because I was playing that last. Yeah, son. S8. Put my high score in. Let's get right back into it. What a great little game. Here it is. So cool. So neat. Look at that. I can even play it weird like this. So neat. What a cool little game. Anyway, so yeah, I've been playing that. I'm going to turn it off. It's so cool. It's so cool looking at games that were made back then, especially the licensed games, where you know more about the property than just the game shows you. It's so cool to see how they boiled down the essence of RoboCop and everything that was cool about it into this 16-bit, fairly basic in today's standards, action game. And the little snippets of audio, little samples from the movie they have in there. When at the end of a level, he says, "Thank you for your cooperation," or something like that. And just the sound effect of he does the when you beat a level, he kind of spins the gun and puts it back in his leg, and all the sound effects of the the stuff in there. It's neat. It's really cool. It's really cool. Anyway, so that's that. So now on to the next section. Boom. All right. So the next section is what's in the news. What is in the news? So ATV Renegades, which is the last quote unofficial kind of Renegade Kid game, basically, that I worked on with Greg and Bob. It's obviously an adaptation of ATV Wild Ride that we did on the DS. That we did on the 3DS called ATV Wild Ride 3D. And this is coming to the PS4 and Xbox One April 18th, I think. So it's going to be physical release, retail, as well as digital, I believe. It's being published by Nighthawk, our friends at Nighthawk, who we're working with on Treasure-Nauts. We've worked with them on a few different things. It's actually owned, the IP is owned by Greg's company, Infatismo. But I wanted to mention it because I worked in it. I'm really proud of it. I think it turned out awesome. I'll show a screenshot of it. Boom. So we spent a lot of time on up-resing the game, of course, making it look cool. Made some gameplay changes to kind of make it just more fun, basically. I think one of the issues that I had with the original was it was maybe a bit too demanding. Like to have fun and truly enjoy it. I think it's great for a hardcore player that wants to learn the game and get in there and really learn every corner and every trick and the timing of every trick and every jump to maximize their path around it. And I had a lot of fun playing that, especially online with people. It was really cool to see people get that. But I think a game like this is probably a little better served with a little bit more of a kind of easier kind of jump in and play kind of approach. So anyway, so we focused on that, and I think it turned out really cool. We got rid of a lot of the issues of the previous game was you'd kind of do a turbo off a jump and boom, hit a wall. you know, there wasn't enough kind of like runway for you to kind of go off and have fun, you know, over a jump at full maximum speed and then land without just completely demolishing yourself. Anyway, so we looked at a lot of that and extended the track and moved things around, made it easier to get over jumps and do tricks and all the rest of it. So yeah, anyways, it's really cool. So I'm really proud of that. It's cool that it's coming out finally. It was supposed to come out last year, a little bit delayed going through the submission process. It was the first time that we tackled Xbox One, and that was a mountain of challenges to kind of get through. But anyway, you know, Bob, the programmer, made it through. Kudos to him. It wasn't easy, but yeah, so that's coming out anyway. So very cool. So look out for it. Very cool. What else is in the news? I did a podcast with Super Metal Dave 64. I'll put the link in the description below, as well as everything else that I'm mentioning. So that was fun, so go check it out. Yeah, lots of fun information on how I got started, what I worked on, all kinds of fun stuff. We chatted for like over an hour, so lots of stuff, really cool. Dave's a great guy. It was really fun chatting with him, and in his video he puts little timestamps in the description so you can jump to the different sections and stuff. So check it out, it's really cool. He's also chatted with Brian at Imogen Form, so you can check that video out as well. Excuse me. Other news. Okay, so, and on Dave's show, Super Metal Dave's show, we did reveal that we will have a game coming to the Switch, and that game will be announced this week during GDC via some kind of Nintendo thing. I'm actually not being coy, I just don't know. At some point this week, Nintendo will be it may be on the Nindies thing on the 28th. I think that's the 28th. It might not. I honestly, I don't know. They have a lot of things going on, of course. Their big focus on the Switch and all kinds of aspects of the Switch. One thing they're doing anyway is revealing some games that are coming to it, and ours will be part of that. So it'll probably just be a little logo tucked away on a screen amongst other logos. I really don't know what to expect. So yeah, very exciting. So next week, well, actually, I'll be going to GEC this week on Wednesday, coming back on Saturday. So hopefully I'll be able to do the video and stuff for next week at some point. Maybe I'll even record it at GDC just for fun. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, I'll be able to chat more about what that game is next week's show. So there we go. That's it for the news. So let's go on to Good Morning Blips. Alright, Good Morning Blips then. Very nice. And then that takes us straight to the next section, a kaboosh. What's going on with our games right now? So Mud Masher got submitted to Apple, and it is in review right now. How cool is that? So actually, by the time this goes live, maybe it's even approved. I don't know. I'll actually add some overlay if that is the fact. And if it's not, I'm just pointing at you. Anyway, so there you go. So that's exciting, Mud Masher. I'm very proud of that game, and that should be coming out pretty darn soon. Cool. Thank you to everyone actually out there who has tested it for us ahead of time. We opened it up for a test flight for people to check it out, and that was really helpful. Thankfully, really not many bugs, hardly any bugs were reported, which is great. It's actually pretty clean, so that's great. Chicken Wiggle is just still going through bug fixing. I mean, I'm pretty much hands off at this point. It's just kind of, I just play it now and then just to kind of see how it's going. But yeah, it's still going through bug fixing. So not very glamorous, but getting closer to being done. Secret mobile game is in development on the side, which I will talk about more in the future. But that's very exciting. I'm excited by that. I hope you will be too. I think you will be, actually. I think it's pretty neat. And so my main focus right now actually is still Treasure-Nauts, working on the level design. That's going really well. I'm actually really happy with it. My goal is, and I may have mentioned this before, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but my goal is to rough out every level in the game first. So there's about 80 of those. Quite a lot. Some small, some big. And I'm going to do a rough of all of those, so I can actually, even if we haven't created the enemy yet, the AI, I'll just place like a box with a number in it saying, hey, it's this enemy, and maybe some arrows or whatever, just to kind of show its behavior if it's needed. And then, yeah, so I can just place it all. It won't be very pretty. It'll just be kind of like a basic one single color kind of level kind of style, just showing the collision of where you can go and stuff. Anyway, so you better play the level. It just won't look very nice, and some of it won't be interactive. You know, it may just have, if there are spikes that are supposed to come up through the ground, it'll just be a picture of spikes with some arrows. So yeah, this is where this will do this. Anyway, so I'm just going to do that for the whole game. And it's going really well. So that's what I'm in the middle of right now, is doing that. So it's a really neat process where I, design the level in small form, then I make it in large form, playable form. I have to apply. We automated the collision application actually just last week. Before I was doing it by hand, and I'm like, Matthew, please, can you make it automated, because this is taking so much time. And yeah, he got that working in about 3.5 hours, I think. So he worked on that for 3.5 hours straight to get it automated in the game. I think that's correct, if that's the task I'm thinking of. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was. That 3.5 hours that he spent on that is going to save me hours over the course of the game, because I was each 8x8 on the map. I placed something down to represent collision, whether it be solid, you stand on it, or an angled surface that you run up or run down or whatever. So now I create a layer that is that, which is really just taken from the layer that I'm already creating anyway to kind of make the level. And then it processes that and then automatically generates 99% of the collision. I just go in there and do a few things. So anyway, that's huge. That's really, really nice. So that's going to save a lot of time over the course of the game, because the goal is to kind of make a level, play it, get the whole game in there, and then be able to go through all of the levels, the whole game, and make drastic changes where it needs to be done. Whether it means shrinking the level, expanding the level, deleting that, moving it up there, really dramatic changes. So the iteration on the collision, on the level creation has to be very fast. That's why it's single color, basic. And then that's why the collision needs to be kind of somewhat automated, so I don't have to spend so much time doing it, because that's a deterrent to make those changes, if it's kind of a hassle to go through that process. So making that as smooth as possible then encourages you to make those changes to make the game better, because there's no resistance, there's nothing in your way. Anyway, so there we go. Treasure Knots, very cool, and there's that. So I'm going to go on to the next section, which is Random Waffles. Random Waffles. So GDC, so I'll be going to GDC this week. I thought I would chat about that a little bit. The last time I went was 10 years ago, in 2007, when we were shopping around Dementium before we had a publisher. So I went to GDC. I didn't have even a GDC pass. I just went there, just hung out outside, and in the lobby, just to kind of see if I could meet with people. And I set up meetings. Actually, that's when I met with Konami and all kinds of people. To see if they were interested in publishing Dementium. And actually, weirdly enough, didn't get really any good bites from that visit, unfortunately. Ended up finding a great publisher in Austin with Gamecog, who are now Devolver Digital. So didn't have to travel very far to find the publisher, which is good in the end. But anyway, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going this Wednesday, like I said, and come back on Saturday. I've got some meetings lined up with various people, press, Apple, and all kinds of stuff going on. So that's cool. So not too many, only just a few things to meet up. I'm sure I'll probably bump into Nintendo people. I'm not sure. I'm sure they're crazy busy and totally booked up, but maybe some Sony people. I don't know. We'll see. But mainly for me, I'm kind of looking forward to the meeting friends and hanging out and getting some drinks and some food and just kind of enjoying the conversation, talking about games and game development and the industry and the state of the union, state of the industry and what's going on. So it'll be fun. So GDC is a really great experience. I did buy an expo pass this time, so I will be going inside. I've got the hotel and the flight, everything booked. So I'm excited. So that'll be really cool. And that might be my only show I do this year. I might do one other, but I think that might be my only show that I do. I really want to focus on Treasure Knots this year and really get that finished up. So anyway. So there you go. I'm going to wrap it up. What is the time? 14 minutes so far. Pretty good. And then next week I'll do more video stuff of Chicken Wiggle, hopefully. I think that's, well, actually probably not, because I'll be GDC, and yeah, probably not. Probably maybe a week after that. I probably won't have a chance to do a recording of that. No. Oh, and of course, that's what I'll be doing at GDC. I'll be showing off Chicken Wiggle to people. Hopefully, people like it and write about it and stuff like that to start some hype for it. So yeah, we'll see. Touch wood. So all right, guys. Well, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next week. All right, thanks. Take care. Bye.